Hi guys, hi, welcome back to another episode where teacher this time is going to teach you the arc length of a circle from the Form 5 KSSM textbook. So I'm very sure all of you are using this textbook, okay, for your school, and since most of us are learning online and most of the students have given feedback that they need more help understanding through their textbooks as well. So therefore what I've decided is I'm going to guide all of you, which I hope this will really help you, because whatever that you're learning in textbook really needs to be comprehended before you can actually do any type of questions from other books. So it will be best that if you have your textbook with you, okay, you can keep your textbook together with you, have your A4 paper or a book, so we can try all the exercises together. And while you are trying, you can also comment down below whether you are getting the answers according to the steps that I'm going to guide you. So let's actually try page 7, self-exercise, because arc length of a circle, I've actually taught this in my previous video. So if you want to have a look at that, it's in the it's below in the description, or you can click up here. There will be a link here which I will post later. Okay, so if you guys still remember arc length of a circle, there is a formula for it, which is S equals to R theta. So this one, please, if you can, just memorize it. Okay, just memorize, because of course it's given in our SPM exam. The formulas are given in our paper, but it will be good if you can memorize it. Okay, so let's look at self-exercise 1.2. Let me just write down the question and we can get started. Okay, now let's look at the question. So they asked us to find the arc length. So arc length, we have to use this formula because S is the one representing arc length. So find the arc length of MN. So take note of also the letters MN, okay, because sometimes they will draw a drawing and then there will be different labels, okay, there which we will see the example. So now for each of the following sectors of MON with center O. Okay, so let's get started. Now we are supposed to find the arc length. So the arc length is this, okay, S. This is the S. So if I want to find the S, okay, you just substitute into the formula. So the S is R. R is radius. So what is the radius here? The radius is 12, okay, times with theta. Our theta is 1.1 radian. So since it's in radian, that is good, so you don't have to change. If it's in degree, then it will be good that you change to radian. So we take 12, okay, times with 1.1, so we get 13.2 centimeter. So of course length will always be in centimeter. Can all right, so I think that's pretty easy. Now we go to B. B, look at here, the arc length MN, this part, so this is our S. Okay, so always identify which part are you finding. So substitute, okay, substitute the radius. Here the radius is 8 centimeter. What is our theta? Our theta is 2 radian. So it's also easy. We straight away get the answer, 16 centimeters. Okay, now let's move on to C. Okay, so here if you also realize the MN is this side, okay, so this is my S, the arc length that I'm supposed to find. So we substitute S equals to R. What is our R? 5 cm. So 5 times with, what is our theta? 5 over 6 pi. Okay, when you write 5 over 6 pi, if you look back at the instruction, they have asked us to use pi equals to 3.142. So if that is the case, we have to write, substitute the pi 3.142. Okay, because do not key in your calculator as pi. Okay, key in 3.142. So 5 times 5 over 6, 3.142. So we get 13.09. So we just take up to 4 significant figures. So the answer is 13.09 centimeters. Okay, now the last one. which side is the arc length? The arc length is only here, okay, this one. So if you see here, we have to be careful because there's P. So we only want this area, this part of the length, okay. So if I want this part of the length, I need to know what is my theta here, right? Because the theta is given as over here, this part, okay. But of course the radius we know. So if here is 10 centimeter, this one is also 10 centimeters. So now the radius check, okay. So if our formula is like this, radius we have, theta don't have. So how to find theta? You have to recall back if it's a straight line, okay. A straight line is 180 degree. So 180 is actually pi, okay, pi. So what we do, we take 180 minus this part, we will get the theta that we are looking for. So in this case, okay, to find our theta, we take pi minus 2.45. So the pi, substitute 3.142. So 3.142 minus 2.45 radian, okay. So 3.142 minus 2.45, we get 0.692. So our theta is 0.692 radian. Okay, so now radian also found, we can find our length. Okay, so let's find the length. S equals to radius is 10 times 0.692. Okay, so 0.692 times 10, we get 6.92. So the answer is 6.92 centimeter. Okay, so this part, the first part is pretty easy. Okay, we can do. So you can also try out other exercises from your book. So now let's go to question 2 and question 3. Alright, now let's look at question 2. Okay, the diagram shows a circle with center O. Okay, given that the major arc length is 25. So that means this part only, okay, the major part. The major arc is 25 cm and EOF, this one, the smaller segment here is 1.284 radian. Find the radius. So we want to find the R, the radius. So get back to our formula. Our formula is S equals to R theta. So if we want to find the R, we need to use this formula. Okay, so now let's look at the first part. Find the radius. Okay, if we look at our circle, okay, our circle can actually be divided into this part. Okay, this looks like the Pac-Man. Okay, this and also this. Okay, there's two. Okay, over here this is 1.284. Okay, this is E, this is F. This is also E, this is also F, okay, but over here we only got the length. Okay, so look carefully how to apply this formula. How are we going to apply this? Because over here, okay, we only got the length of the arc, okay, radius don't have. Over here, we only got the theta, okay, there is no radius, there's no length. Okay, so in this case you have to find this part of the theta, okay, because we have here, right, we have this, but we don't have the outer part. So what we can do is, because one circle is 360 degree, so in this case 360 degree is actually 2 pi. Okay, because if you still remember, pi is 180, yeah? Okay, so 2 pi. So what we do, we take 2 pi, we minus 1.284 radian, so that I can get over here, this one. Okay, so that we can get here. So 2 pi, in this case, substitute our pi as 3.142. 3.142 minus 1.284. Okay, so we try to get the theta of the major arc. Okay, theta of the major arc. So 2 times 3.142 minus 1.284. So I get 5 radian. Okay, so this part is 5 radian. So since now here we know the theta, Okay, so we can substitute both these values and find the radius. So this length is 25, radius times with theta is 5. So r we will get, so you bring the 5, go to the left hand side, becomes divide, and so you will get radius is 5 centimeter. So part A is done. Okay, you already find the radius of the circle. Now let's find B. Find the minor arc length. So minor arc is this part, this small one. Okay, so minor arc we use also again the formula S equals to r theta. So we want to find the S. The radius we have already 5 cm, so we can straight away substitute. The theta for the minor arc is 1.284. So 5 times 1.284, we get 6.42 cm. So the answer is 6.42 cm. Okay, so I hope you guys are also trying together. Okay, you can also check the answers at the back of the textbook. They have the answers, but of course the working you can refer here. Okay, so now let's do the last question. You can pause this video for a minute. Okay, try the third question and you can check with teacher for the step-by-step answers after this. Okay, you can pause the video right now. So I hope that you actually tried this question first before I guide you step by step. Okay, so you applied the formula that we have learned. So let's look. Okay, so you have to make sure that you understand the information that you have first. So look at the diagram. It's a semicircle OPQR. Okay, with radius of 5. So radius is given. And the arc length of QR is 5.7. So the smaller arc length is 5.7. Find the value of theta. So theta is over here. So this theta is the one we are supposed to find. Okay, so let's find this. How to find this value of theta? So what did you guys do? What was your first step? Did you find the value of theta here first, or did you try to substitute into the formula? So of course the formula that we are going to use is S equals to r theta. So what did you guys try first? Okay, I hope you guys tried to do this way, because if you realize there's two, okay, this is one part of the sector, and then you have, okay, another part. Okay, it's like two slices of pizza. Now, so the radius is 5, okay, 5 cm. This is the theta that we want to find. So this is POQ. Okay, I'm just separating it so that you can see. This is QOR. So here there is no theta value, okay, but here we have 5.7 cm. The radius is 5. So here we have two values. But here we have only one value. So which would be easier to substitute? Of course, the one with the two value. So what we do, we use this first, okay, substitute into the formula. So our S is 5, so this is part A. So our formula is 5.7 equals to the radius 5 times theta. So let's find the theta here. So let me write this as theta 1. Okay, let's find the theta 1. So theta 1 will be 5.7 divide 5. 5.7 divide 5 is 1.14. So theta is 1.14 radian. So since we know this theta 1 is 1.14 radian, okay, this is 1.14. So can we find this part? Obviously, right? Because a straight line is 180 degrees. So 180 is actually pi. Okay, 180 is actually pi. So if I want to know the balance, I take pi minus 1.14. So pi minus 1.14 Okay, the pi, don't write it as pi because they have asked us to use pi equals to 3.142. So 3.142 minus 1.14, we will get 2.002. So your answer is 2.002 radian. Okay, so I hope that you guys can see how I actually separate first both the sectors so that it's easier for you to choose, okay, which one should I substitute to find. Okay, now let's try B. So I hope you guys have tried B. Okay, so what is the arc length of PQ? So now usually once you do the part A, the part B will be much easier. We just have to find this, okay, the S. So since we already know the theta, okay, so the S will be, R is 5 centimeter, the theta is 1.14. So 5 times 1.14 will be 5.7. This is arc length of PQ, right? Hold on. Oh, sorry, not 1.14. sorry. 1.14 is for the smaller sector. This one is for the bigger sector. So times 2.002. So 5 times 2.002. So we get 10.01 centimeter. So always write the unit. Okay, if it's radian, write radian. If it's cm, do write cm. Okay, so I hope you guys tried together with teacher. So I'm going to go to the next part of the page, which is page 8. Okay, we are going to learn how to calculate the perimeter segment of a circle. So don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, share this with also your friends who they want to learn using the textbook first. Okay, because you have to understand your textbook, you have to understand how to solve the questions in your textbook, and of course then we can go to further SPM difficult questions. All right. Okay, now let's look at textbook page 8. Okay, of course I already written the question, but if you have your textbook, it's this one. Okay, page 8. So look at the example given, because now we are going to go into perimeter. So you guys of course know what's perimeter. You have to plus all the sides. So now you're going to find perimeter of a segment of a circle. So you should know what is segment. Segment is usually this part. Okay, the part where there's an arc length and the part that there's a straight line. The straight line is called a chord. Okay, now look at the diagram. Okay, the diagram shows a circle with center O and a radius of 10 centimeter. The chord AC, okay, AC, okay, subtends an angle of 114 degree. So they have given us the theta in degree. Okay, calculate the perimeter of the shaded segment. Shaded segment, so in this case, okay, we want to find this. Okay, so take note, you only need the length of ABC. You need this length, which is we need the arc length. Okay, the length of arc, and we need this chord. Okay, this part is called the chord. We need the chord length. So there's two things that we need to find. So if we can find here and this, we can just plus them together. Okay, so let's look at how to find both this. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Let's start with the length of arc first. Okay, let's find the arc length of ABC. So we all know that the formula is S equals to R theta. Okay, so if I want to find the arc length of S, okay, this is my S here. Okay, so I use the R, which is the radius 10 centimeter, times with the theta. Okay, in this case the theta is 114 degree. So we need to change this to radian. Still remember how to change to radian? So if I want to change to radian, I need to times by pi over 180. Okay, there's one technique that I showed you guys, which is if let's say the degree is here, you want to change to radian, the 180 will be down. Okay, so let's times 10 times 114 times, okay, of course the pi we have to use 3.142. so let me just write that 3.142 over 180. 2 over 180. So we get 19.980. Hold on, this one is 3.142 divide 180. Okay, so the arc length correct was 19.89, or we can write this as 19.90. Okay, so this will be our answer. Let me check. Okay, it's correct. 19.90. So this is the arc. Oh, sorry, this is not the final answer. This is not the final answer. Okay, we have to still find the chord. So this is the arc length of A, B, C. Okay, this part. So first part done, arc length. Now let's find the chord. Okay, so for the chord, okay, let me just liquid this. So I don't want it to look ugly. Okay, alright, done. 19.90. Okay, now let's find the chord. Okay, in order to find the chord, okay, I will show you two ways, because if you realize this part, let me highlight this. Okay, this part is a triangle. So form 4 chapter 9 solution of triangles, we learn how to find the length using sine rule and cosine rule. Okay, we learned two rules. So let me show you. Okay, so if let's say this is our triangle, here we have length. Okay, here we have 10 centimeter. Here in the middle, okay, is 114 degrees. Okay, how to find this part? How do we find this part of the length? Okay, so you should remember, if you have side angle, okay, not the other way around, okay, side angle, this angle must be included angle. So included angle, I hope you understand. Okay, included angle. If not, later teacher will do a video for chapter 4, for chapter 9 form 4, okay, solution of triangle, then you guys can refer to that. So side angle means we must use cosine rule. Okay, cosine rule. So let's apply cosine rule to find here. This is AC, yeah, AC. Okay, so we want to find AC, so we must write AC square equals to, take both the sides, okay, so 10 square plus 10 square minus 2 times 10 times 10, then cos of 114. Remember, whenever you use sine, cos, tangent, all these, the theta must be in degree. Okay, if this was in radian, okay, if let's say this radian, you change to radian, okay, 114 times you change to radian, you cannot use the radian one, you cannot put here. Okay, I have to emphasize this because many students make this mistake. Okay, many students make this mistake. So you get 1.98. Okay, so you get 1.99 radian, isn't it? You cannot write this as 1.99 radian over here, okay, because cos, sine, tangent always must use degree. So if you always remember this, okay, this is something that you must always memorize. Okay, sine, cos, tangent must use degree. So now we can find our length of AC. So let's key in 10 square plus 10 square minus 2 times 10. Okay, so I get 281.35. Okay, so 281.35. So now how to find AC? This is square. Bring over the square, so becomes square root 281.35. So square root of 281.35 is 16.77 centimeter. So AC is 16.77 centimeter. Now we already have the length of arc and we also have the length of chord. Okay, so the perimeter is going to be plus both sides. So the perimeter, okay, we take 19.90 plus 16.77. so let's plus together. 19.9 plus 16.77, so it's 36.67 cm. Okay, so this one is just for the perimeter of the shaded segment. Okay, there's also another way that I can guide you on finding the length of the chord. Okay, but that one is going to be a little bit tedious because you have to change it into let me show it this way. Okay, this is a triangle. Okay, the triangle, and then you want to find AC, isn't it? You want to find AC. So this is O, so this is 114. Here is 10. Okay, what you can do is you can divide this into half. Divide the triangle into half. So here you will get a right angle triangle. Okay, you will get a right angle triangle. So when you get the right angle triangle, you need to use so cha to, if you still remember. So cha to. This also we have learned already. Okay, so cha to. Okay, what you can do is, since we have divided this triangle into half, okay, so let me write here as P. Okay, so your triangle is like this now. This one 90 degree. Okay, so this is your O, this is your P and C. OC is 10 cm. Here the angle, it becomes half of 114. So half of 114 will be 57. Okay, half of 114 is 57 degree. Okay, so look at this angle. Okay, we want to find here, isn't it? The PC. We want to find the PC. Okay, ignore this. We want to find the PC. So if I want to find the PC, look at this. This is opposite. Okay, and the length here that we have is hypotenuse. So which one is opposite over hypo? Which one is opposite over hypo? Sine, cos or tangent? So obviously sine, okay, because opposite over hypotenuse. So we use sine of 57 equals to, opposite is PC, okay, over hypotenuse is 10. So find what is PC, find the length of PC. So sine 57 times 10, we get 8.386. So I'm going to use 8.387, okay, 8.387. Okay, so at least 4 significant figures. So now can I find the length of AC? So length of AC will be 8.387 plus 8.387, or you can times 2 lah, okay, plus the answer. So I get 16.77 centimeter. So this one, okay, I've shown you so that you can choose. You want to, if you want, you can, this is easier, okay, using cosine rule is definitely easier. This is method 1. This one is method 2. This one is using the right angle sochato. Okay, so sometimes it's totally up to students. Okay, if you remember your cosine rule, it will be very good. You can straight away immediately use. But if you don't, okay, you have to use this. Divide your triangle into a right angle triangle, find the length, okay, and then you plus, because you need both lengths here. Okay, so I hope that this helps. Okay, do try the self exercise. You can pause this right here. Do try the self exercise, and we will go through the self exercise 1.3 together. Okay, do pause, try it out, and then you can continue to the self exercise part. Okay guys, so I hope you guys tried this question self exercise in page 8 by yourself before we go through the step-by-step answers. Okay, let's look at the question. So for each of the following circles with center O, find the perimeter of the shaded segment. Okay, shaded segment here is this part, okay, so the ABC. So that means we need to find here A, B, C. We need to find the arc length and we need to find the chord. Okay, so we need to find this and this, then we can plus. So in this case, let's find the arc length first. Okay, let's find the arc length of ABC. Okay, S equals to R theta, so we use the formula. S equals to R is 6 times theta, in this case is in radian. So 6 times 2.5, 15 centimeter. So the length is 15 centimeter. Now next part, let's find the length of chord. Length of chord AC. Okay, we want to find AC. So to find AC, let's use the triangle. Okay, we use the triangle. Here is 2.5, here is 6 cm, here is 6 cm. So I'm going to use the cosine rule because that is very easy. Okay, so make sure you memorize your cosine rule, because if you guys don't memorize, don't worry. Okay, the cosine rule is given in exam. Okay, it's in your formula. Okay, so it's also good that if you guys print out formulas. Okay, print out formulas and keep. Like I can show you guys, I have right here. Hold on. So as you can see, this is like the formulas that we have for our SPM questions. So these are all given. So make sure that you know what are the formulas given. So as you can see here, the cosine rule is over there. Okay, number 13, cosine rule. So it will be good reference for you when you have this formula right in front of you. So now let's continue with the length of chord AC. So we're going to use cosine rule. That means I'm going to find AC. Okay, I'm going to find the length of AC. So it's going to be AC square equals to, because cosine we use side angle. So what are the two sides? 6 and 6. So 6 square plus 6 square minus 2 times 6 times 6 cos of, okay, be careful because sine, cos, tangent must use degree. In this case, the 2.5 is not in degree. So change the 2.5 radian to degree first. How to change? 2.5 times 180 over pi. Okay, you can write it this way. Don't write cos 2.5 because then you will get wrong answer. Okay, now let's calculate this part. Okay, if you're not sure to key in everything in your calculator, which actually you can, by the way, but let's calculate this part first. So 2.5 times 180 over pi. Pi is 3.142, so make sure you key in that. So this is cos 143.22. okay, so I'm going to take this 143.22. so 6 square plus 6 square minus 2 times 6 times 6 cos of 143.22. okay, now let's find what is AC. Okay, so we key in everything. 6 square plus 6 square minus 2 times 6 times 6. Okay, you can put 36. Okay, then cos of 143.22. okay, so it's 129.67. 129.67. so to find AC, we square root this. Okay, so square root of answer, I'll get 11.39 centimeters. So the chord, okay, the length of chord is 11.39. so now let's find the perimeter. So the perimeter, take the arc is 15 plus the length of chord 11.39. so here we will get 26.39 centimeters. so the perimeter of the shaded segment. Okay, so that's all. So I hope you guys are following, because this part is the important part, the finding the length of chord. It just kind of makes us to remember back our cosine rule. Okay, now let's look at B. Okay, B is similar. Okay, first let's find the arc length of ABC. so this is our, okay, this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay, so let's find ABC. So arc length of ABC is, okay, S equals to R. R radius is 10. Theta is pi over 3. Okay, so just make sure that if pi is given, use the pi. Okay, let's use the pi. 3.142 divide 3. So we will get, divide 3 times 10. Oops, answer times 10. We'll get 10.47 centimeters. So arc of length is 10.47. Now let's find the length of chord. Okay, length of chord of AC. Okay, length of chord of AC will be, okay, can you guys see? All right, so length of chord AC. So we are going to use cosine rule again. Okay, let's use cosine rule again because that's really easy. So to find AC, so we write AC square equals to, take the length of both sides, which is 10, 10. Okay, 10, 10. So 10 square plus 10 square minus 2 times 10 times 10. Alright, cosine of, what is the theta? The theta is pi over 3. Alright, we are not going to use pi over 3 because pi over 3 radian. We want to change it to degree. So pi over 3 times with 180 over pi. So change this. Okay, so when you change this, make sure that you write the 3.142. Okay, so AC square equals to, so this one I'm just going to calculate on the side. 3.142 over 3 times with 180 over 3.142. So this is 60 degree. Okay, actually instead of calculating, you can cut. Okay, 3.142, 3.142. Here you will get 60. Okay, 60 degree. So now let's key in everything. 10 square plus 10 square minus 2 times 10 times 10 cos of 60. So we get AC square is 100. So the length of AC is square root of 100, which is 10 centimeters. So now since we already got the length of AC, okay, so let's find the perimeter. So perimeter will be, take the arc, length of arc 10.47 plus with length of chord. So it's 20.47 centimeters. Okay, so if you can see, we are doing our working in an organized way. So always make sure that you do your working in organized way. Okay, do not write one working here and one working here and then it's like all over. Make sure the examiner is able to see your working step by step. Okay, because this is very important. It's also kind of like the way we do anything is the way we actually going to achieve anything. Okay, so when you do things organizedly, the way you write down your things, it's actually your thought process, okay, is like being written down here, and that's how you do your addmaths. Okay, that's how you do maths questions. You have to be organized. Okay, try to always make sure that you do it step by step, so it's easy for not only for the examiner, it's also good for you to make sure that you can actually absorb whatever you're learning. Okay, all right, so now let's go to part C. Okay, the only reason why I was giving that advice is because a lot of my students, okay, personally, so if you're watching this, you might know who you are. Guys, you guys like to just write everything all over, and not only it makes the examiner's life difficult, it's also making your life difficult when you want to refer back. Okay, the way you do anything, that's like an important quote, that if there's one thing that you can take away from today, my video, my advice would be, the way you do anything is the way you're going to achieve anything in your life. All right, so if you do things in the right way, in a good way, the way you're going to achieve your results is also going to be in the right way. All right, so let's go to C. Okay, for C, we're also going to find the perimeter of the shaded. So here in this case, it's like this. Okay, so let me just draw here A, B, C. So we're going to find the arc length of ABC. Okay, so let's find the arc length of ABC. So S is equals to radius is 8 times 120. Can we times with 120? Of course, we are learning this chapter, our theta must be in radian. So you take your 120 degree, you change to radian. So you want to change to radian, we times with pi over 180. So use your pi, okay? Use your pi, which is 3.142 over 180. So let's see what's our arc length. 8 times 120 times 3.142 over 180. Alright, so we get 16.76, okay? 16.76 centimeter. So that's the arc length. So here done. Now let's find the chord, okay? Let's find the length of chord. Length of chord AC. Okay, let's look at AC, this part. So our triangle is like this. This is 8 cm, this is 8 cm. Our degree here is 120. So it's a good thing that our degree is 120, because when we want to apply the cosine rule, okay, so AC square equals to 8 square plus 8 square minus 2 times 8 times 8 cos of 120. So you don't have to change, it's very easy, huh? Okay, so AC square, let's key in 8 square plus 8 square minus 2 times 8 times 8 cos of 120. So we get 192. So AC will be square root of 192, which we obtain 13.86 centimeters. So length of arc done, length of chord also done. So now we can find the perimeter of the shaded. So it will be 16.76 plus 13.86, which gives us 30.062 cm. Done. Okay, now I hope you guys are trying together, okay? So I hope this is helping you guys if you feel like, you know, you were stuck if you're doing your exercise. Now let's do the last one. The last one I'm going to use, okay, let's use this color, purple. Now, this is something different for D, okay? You are given, it looks like you are given this is 9 and this is 15. So the arc, okay, let me draw this one, okay? This is this way, okay? It looks like you are given here 15, right? You're given the length of chord. Length of chord AC is given, so which is good, okay? So we only need to find the length of arc. Okay, how to find the length of arc? For the length of arc, okay, the arc length of ABC, we need to use S equals to R theta. Okay, we want to find S. The R we have 9 cm. The theta, it's not there. So how to find the theta? Alright, in this case, okay, you can use the cosine rule. Definitely you can use the cosine rule because it's applicable, okay? It's applicable because, okay, just look at the triangle. Just look at the triangle. Here you have 9 cm. Here you have 9 cm. Here you have 15 cm. So here is the theta that you want to find. So if you use the cosine rule, okay, we will take this part of the opposite part of the length. So 15 square equals to 9 square plus 9 square minus 2 times 9 times 9, or cos of theta. So the theta is the one we want to find, right? So in this case, what you do, you bring over the square to the left hand side first, okay? So it will be easy for you to calculate. 15 square minus 9 square minus 9 square equals to negative 2 times 9 times 9. Okay, so what we do now, we solve the left hand side. Okay, we solve the left hand side. So we will get 15 square minus 9 square minus 9 square. We will get 63. Okay, equals to negative 2 times 9 times 9. So we get negative 162 cos of theta. Okay, so bring over 63, divide negatives, so it will get negative 0.3889. okay, cos theta. So let's find theta in this case. Okay, be careful when you find the theta in this case, because okay, you will get 112.89. so let's check, because this is negative. Okay, how to check? Remember your add sugar to coffee. Okay, your trigger. Okay, add sugar to coffee, or sometimes students remember as Ali stole the cat. Okay, here means all positive, here means sine is positive, here is tangent positive, here is cosine positive. Okay, you have to get back to this part. Okay, so let's check. This one is negative, so negative of course must be in the second quadrant. Okay, can be in the second quadrant or in the third quadrant. So let's check. Okay, in this case, so here is 0, here is 90, 180, 270, here is 360. So this one that we got is 112.89. so 112.89 is in the second quadrant. Okay, in the second quadrant. What else could be the third quadrant could be over here, right? Okay, so since we got in the second quadrant, so it should be fine already. Okay, so our theta is 112.89, so we can use this 112.89. So since now we already got our theta, we can find the length of arc. So let's substitute this. Okay, so S is radius is 9 times 112.89 degree. Okay, we have to change to radian, so changing to radian will be 180 over pi. Okay, so let's find what is our length of arc. Pi is 3.142, so don't forget to key in that. 180 over 3.142, 6467.28. No, wait, this one, okay, sorry, it's this one, I've written it in the opposite way. If I want to change to radian, I must times pi over 180. Okay, it was wrong, so it's not the 6000. That's not the right answer. 112.89 times 3.142 over 180. So I'll get 1.97, okay, 1 times with 9, okay, because the 1.971 is just the radian. Okay, then you times with 9, so we will get 17.74 cm. So the arc length is 17.74, this part. Okay, this part got ready. So now we can find the perimeter. So the perimeter is going to be 17.74 plus with 15. Okay, let's plus 15, so we'll get 32.74 centimeter. Okay, so this part is wrong. This one is pi over 180. So that's why I got shocked when we got 6000 plus. All right, so I hope you guys tried this. Okay, so do try question 2. Okay, do try question 2 on page 9. If you get the answer according to the textbook, do post your step-by-step answers in the comment section below. Or you can also join our Facebook group. Comment below this the link for this YouTube channel. Okay, so I hope that whatever we learned today is useful and beneficial. If you find this really beneficial for you, do share this also with your friends who's learning in English. Even if in Malay, no problem, because the questions are the same. Okay, so they can try and sorry for the video movement. I hope you guys continue to practice addmaths every day. Just remember that addmaths is not that hard, okay? Addmaths is not hard at all you need is effort and just a pure heart of learning, okay? Just learning. All right, so until I see you guys in my next video, bye.